Whoa! It's the Illusion, reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Sunset, just leaving the Venice Skate Park. Day 3, the Year of Smiles, 2013. All right, this is pretty classic. I came down to skate, but I forget that Venice has this weird condensation deal around sunset, so I went down there, everything was wet, and I went over to Mollusk to hang out and talk to Bo. And I fully was kind of bummed I couldn't skate, and then I just surrendered and was like, whatever, not meant to skate. And then I was hanging out with Bo, and I was like, I gotta go back over to the park because I was gonna meet this kid. And I went down. In the 10 minutes I was gone, it had already, it had dried up enough to where I got to skate for like 15 minutes, and that was just enough. So anyway, here is a little mini clip.
What is your favorite hobby to do when you were a kid? So it's nice to meet you, Hamish. I'm your fellow Illusion buddy, and I was wondering, what's your next big move? I mean, I love your paintings, and I love your skateboarding. I've seen you tons of times, and you're amazing. But what is your next big move?
All right. What were my hobbies when I was a kid? You know what, I lived way up in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and one of my big hobbies was like 4-H. When I was a kid, I was all about 4-H. I used to raise ducks, I used to raise sheep, and I used to do stained glass, and I remember this one, and I used to go sailing with 4-H. I did a lot of sailing when I was a kid. My mom and dad had access to the whole Santa Cruz sailing scene, so we used to go sail the Monterey Bay a whole bunch. That was a pretty prominent thing. And then when I was young, I found the beach. And I used to that was my thing. I used to just get dropped off at the Hook in Santa Cruz, and I would surf all weekend long, and then do school and the whole thing, but I was all about just learning to surf. And the weird thing is, I had no teachers. There was no one taught you how to surf back in the day. You just threw yourself out in the ocean and subjected yourself to like you in the ocean. I always trip out that my folks used to just drop me at the edge of this cliff in Santa Cruz where you had to literally like scale down the cliff and like be like, all right, see ya, and come back and pick me up like 8 hours later. But I used to love that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I lived way in the mountains, so I had to have an active imagination. I was way into like Legos and my Star Wars action figures, that's for sure, when I was like a Grom. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was up to, a lot of 4-H. All right, the next question is, what's my big move for this year? That's a heavy-duty question. I mean, on that question, I made the move to like go down and book a ticket to Chile. And there's something in Chile. If you go to one of my early videos, I think it's I Have a Dream or something, and it's me talking about starting a rehab for broken down surfers and their families and battered women and their kids and stuff. And my vision of that place has always been in Chile. And I've always had this heavy duty call to Chile. So my gig is to maximize what I'm doing with my artistic frequency, because at this point it's just what I do in the evening, as I just scribble on cardboard with colorful pens and stuff, and I like it a lot. And I don't know where that's going. I have no idea what that's all about. That's just sort of this Rubik's Cube. But my spiritual advisor was like, so what are you going down to Chile to do? And I'm like, well, I'm going down to surf, and I'm going down to, I don't know. And he's like, oh, you're going on an Easter egg hunt. Like a spiritual Easter egg hunt in Chile. And that's it. There's something down there I'm supposed to find. And it's all about, for me, it's all about being of service to people this year. My next big move is I want to have something, the universe is lining me up to have something really cool happen so I can finance the dream to help people. Like, I don't want to make money to like just go be a donkey and like buy things. I want to make some money so that I can help other people wake up to their own potential. And I guess sort of my deal is I'm hoping that this whole illusion thing and what I'm doing, you know, the traveling, the interview, just the talking about my own state of consciousness and my own spiritual growth and my own, you know, blockages and stuff, that I can kind of ball that all up into like a traveling interview show where I go cruise around and I meet the people who are in contact with the illusion, and I go check out their world and get together with them, and we maximize each other's frequency. And I really think that's a lot about what this trip to Chile is about. Is I think I need to go find like a corporate sponsor, not for the sake of like I'm financing the trip myself, but I think that I need to actually go and get a corporation, and I mean more like a surfing, skating type of deal, to like back the illusion so that I'm free of my own hindrances. I mean, I don't really care and worry about money or not, but I can't be of full service if I'm constantly, I don't know. That sounds so ridiculous, I even hear myself saying. Like, part of my deal is that I'm supposed to, like, be resourceful. So I guess my next big move is to figure out how to be financially sustainable, being of service to other people, right? And that includes me surfing and skating, because those are like the things that make me like a positive, like stoked person. And I think it's at the point where, I mean, I'm even one of those. I would love to go down and hook out and use my carpentry skills to like, I don't know, build something for people who need something. And not knocking Habitat for Humanity, but something different, like something that's way more one-on-one. I really want to help people that are troubled in their life and help them find what I've found through the power of source energy and high vibrational frequency and positive mental attitudes via skating, surfing, riding horses, 4-H, raising ducks and sheep, and to bring it all back around. When I was a kid, man, I just thank you, Mom and Dad, for the 4-H stuff. That was some really cool stuff that I look back in life and I truly do appreciate having that in my life, because that taught me a lot. So, thank you, Tucker and Andrew, for your questions. Super fired up about that. And hey, this is the year of smiles, 2013, so I hope you're smiling, have a positive mental attitude, and let's bring the vibrational frequency of Spaceship Earth to a really high resonance. It's the illusion. Out.